Hey ladies, and welcome back to my channel. Well, I guess you can tell by the title of the video that this video is going to be a little bit different from other things that I've done on my channel, but I feel that it's very necessary, so I'm going to kind of like dive into the topic of feminine hygiene, plus size edition, of course. I'm a plus girl, so yeah, and we're going to talk about a few tips and tricks on how to, stay fresh and just be able to get through the day with just the basics. So let's go ahead and get into this. Okay, ladies. So first things first. I know a lot of people like to start their day by like instantly running and hopping in the shower, but I prefer to start my day by brushing my teeth first. And you don't have to get a sonic brush, though I do. I do suggest that you, in the future, if you ever get a few extra coins, go ahead and invest in this because this has been a great investment. But the first thing that I like to do is to brush my teeth first. And right now, like the toothpaste that I'm using is the Tom's of Maine Anti-Plaque and Whitening, and it's fluoride-free toothpaste. I'm just trying it out. I'm normally using like Crest, but I'm just trying this out, and I really do like it. The consistency is more so of a of a gel, a pasty gel. I don't know, somewhere in between being pasty and being a gel. That's the consistency of it. It's a little bit different from the grit that you normally get from a regular toothpaste, but I like it, so it's cool. Um, and it's the peppermint flavored one, and I can really taste the peppermint oil very, very good, and it does last a long time. Whatever peppermint type of peppermint oil that they're putting in here, it lasts a long time, and it keeps my breath fresh, so I don't, regardless of whether I'm eating or not, I don't really have to do like the breath check or whatever. So I like it thus far, but I've only been using it about 2 weeks now. So I don't know. We'll see how far this goes. But yeah, ladies, let's brush their teeth first. Make sure that you're getting, the fronts. Make sure you get your backs really, really good. Make sure that you brush like your teeth on the opposite side. Make sure that you're getting that, because there's nothing worse than talking to somebody and then they can see like that build up, especially like in the front of your, like on the back uh on the back of the front part of your teeth. I don't know. I don't know teeth terminology, so excuse my ignorance in that area. But yeah, make sure that you're brushing every day. It's recommended that you brush twice a day, and I particularly do like to get a toothpaste that specializes in whitening, because I really like to have white teeth, because I'm a smiler. I love to smile, so can't be smiling and I have like those yellowy teeth. So yeah. Now, if it's been a while for you and you haven't created a routine of making sure that you brush your teeth daily, I would suggest a gum detoxifier, and this one's by Crest. I do use this. I use it. I try to use it at least once a week. The goal is for me to use it twice a week, but sometimes I do forget. But it says it neutralizes plaque bacteria, even around the gum line. So going back to what I was saying about having that build up on the other side of your teeth, on the inner side of your teeth, this neutralizes those bacteria and plaques that that sit there and fester and harden. So yeah, in addition to regular brushing, I do like to throw this in there to make sure that I'm getting all the bacteria and the germs out of my mouth. After I brush, I do like to floss, and these are just some AIM flossing picks. They're nothing special. They're from like Dollar Tree or whatever, and they get the job done. I try to make sure I get in between every one of my teeth, all from the front all the way to the back if I can. And sometimes when it may be uncomfortable and I can't, because those teeth tend to be tighter, I do try to take the little pick part and kind of just go around the tooth, and try to get under the gum line closely. But be careful, because the pick on here, especially if you have sensitive gums, if you're too rough, you may puncture your gums and might cause some bleeding. So if you're going to use that side, be careful. If you don't have a steady hand, I don't recommend using that side. But yeah, I do like to go ahead and get my brushing out of the way in the morning. So after I brush my teeth, I do like to wash my face. And right now, this is a staple. Like, I use a lot of different face cleansers. Right now, I am using a different one than this one, but this one is easily accessible, so that's why I'm featuring it. It's, you know, you can find it anywhere. And this is the Clearasil Rapid Rescue Deep Treatment Wash, and it says visible results in 12 hours. And I would agree, especially if you wash your face at night and then go to bed and wake up, you do see, you know, results. I mean, you're not gonna wake up with baby smooth skin, of course. That's a process. But yeah, this does work very, very good, and I do like to, you know, try to, you know, work it in really good. And I do use a Clarisonic brush when I use my cleansers. I do like to use my Clarisonic brush, and this is just the Daily Radiance head on here. So I can kind of use it every day without it being so abrasive to my skin. Because if you're going to exfoliate, you shouldn't exfoliate every day. So I wouldn't recommend using an exfoliating head for your brush if you use one every day, because it's going to be too harsh on your skin. But yeah, this is a game changer, and it's a great place to start if you're someone who, you know, you're just finding yourself and you're just, you know, starting to, you know, desire to take better care of yourself. This is a good place to start. It was only like, I want to say this was like $4 or $5 at Walmart. It wasn't expensive at all, ladies. So yeah, you got to make sure you're washing your face. And also, when you're washing your face, don't forget about your ears, because especially if you're a person who wears your hair pulled back a lot, people pay attention to your ears. So if you have like built up earwax in your ears, people can see that. If you have like, you know, sweat and like hair product or whatever that has rolled down to like behind your ears, people pay attention to that. And not only that, that creates an odor. And then our bodies are, you know, we have lots of creases and folds in our bodies, and sweat and dirt, they thrive off of places like that. So you have to make sure that you're getting those, because there's nothing worse than, you know, going in to, you know, hug mom or, you know, hug bae or whoever, and you're hugging them and all they're smelling is like, oh my God, like whatever's going on behind your ear. You know, it's not a good look. So we got to make sure that, you know, our ears are not neglected. I know a lot of people are, you know, rocking the long hair right now, so it's easy for your hair to cover up your ears and you forget that they're there, but they are there. And if you don't tend to them, they will make their presence known in the form of funk. So let's get behind those ears, ladies. Okay, so moving on to washing our body, a very important part of our feminine hygiene. Right now, I'm just using the Tones Island Vibes, and it has pineapples and plumeria. That's the scent. And in the shower, it has a very loud pineapple-y tropical smell. So if you just wanted to feel like you're in paradise and have that artificial tropical smell just for the moment, then this is a good body wash. You know, it's not something, you know, it's not special. When it's gone, I'll probably switch to something else. But it gets the job done. I smell good. I can't really complain. So yeah, make sure you're washing your body. And what I like to do is I like to start at my neck. And ladies, especially my plus size ladies, don't be afraid to tilt your head back to stretch that skin out, because we tend to have extra skin on our necks when we're plus size. That's not for everyone. That's for me personally, and others, you know, alike. So don't be afraid when you're in the shower to tilt your head back and make sure that you're getting in those creases, you know, that you're not missing those spots where sweat, dirt, you know, can hide and create odors. And the same thing with the back of your neck. The same thing with the back of your neck. Tilt your head forward while you're in the shower and make sure that you're getting those creases if you have that extra skin, you know, in the back of your, you know, neck, those folds and things like that. Make sure that you're getting in there really good, because those are areas that also, you know, they hold odors, because again, our bodies are made up of a lot of creases and folds, and dirt and odor, they thrive, and bacteria thrives in places like that. So going back to how I cleanse, I like to get my neck, And then I come down and, wash my, chest area really good. Make sure I get my shoulders. And then I work my way down to my breast, yeah, make sure you get your breasts because those, uh, I've heard some stories from guys about women not being the freshest in that area. So, that's an area to pay attention to. So I make sure that I wash my breasts in between them, underneath my breasts, and then I work my way down to my stomach and my sides and my back. And then sometimes when I want to get my upper back, if I don't have my bath brush or if I don't have, I don't know what they call that loofah thing. Comment down below if you know what they call it's a loofah, but it's not a loofah. It's like a net almost, and it's just straight and it's long. Anyway, or you can use a towel, doesn't matter. I like to wet that really good and put a lot of soap on it, and I take my towel from the corner and I throw it over my back and I grab the other side and I seesaw it. Sometimes I'll have my back brush in the shower, or, if I've had to throw it out, because you're supposed to throw it out like every 90 days. And I haven't gotten around to getting another one, then I do like to do that to make sure that I'm getting my back, because your back is also a neglected part of the body that, tends to get a lot of acne. And, if you're a plus or size woman, in the middle of your back, you probably have like that fold there that holds odor. Make sure that you're getting in there really, really good, so that's just a tip for you in case, you, like me, you have short arms and can't reach, can't really get the middle of your back. Take a towel, throw it, water it, lather it, throw it over your shoulder, seesaw it, do the same thing on the other side, to get the other side, and, until you get, until you make sure you've gotten it, fully saturated and covered with soap and water. So yeah. And then I like to go on down and wash my, legs, making sure to get the back of my knee. I'm sorry, I can't talk today. But make sure you get the back of your knees. And the same thing with your arms. I completely skipped over the arms. I'm sorry. But my arms do get love. I do wash my arms. And I do make sure that I get in between the folds here. And I make sure that I scrub under my arms really, really good. And ladies, when you're scrubbing under your arms, please make sure to take your time there, especially if you don't wax or shave. So you may have hair. I'm sure if you don't wax or shave, you have hair there, Andrea. But yeah, if you have hair there, make sure that you're scrubbing, and make sure you get this part up here that covers, that flaps down over your underarm, because if you use a deodorant that has aluminum in it, then chances are there's a residue there that's turning your skin dark. Make sure that you're scrubbing that really good to get that residue from the deodorant off, so that way your arms won't turn dark. So yeah, so moving down to my legs, I wash my legs, and I wash behind my knees, and I wash my lower legs, and I come back up and I wash my rump, and I wash in my butt with the soap and water, and I make sure that I rinse and repeat. And that's the thing that I should have mentioned throughout this process. I'm sorry. While you're washing different parts of your body, remember to, like if you're hitting places like behind your ears and under your arms, and like, between like your butt cheeks, make sure that you're rinsing the towel, and make sure that you're rotating the towel, because even though once you apply the towel, the soapy towel, to that area and you wipe it off, well, what you're wiping off is getting on that towel. So if you don't go ahead and rinse it off, you're just moving it around on the rest of your body. You're rotating it on the rest of your body. And even though you may be washing, if there was gunk there, then you're rubbing it on another part of your body. So that smell of that bacteria still has a chance of still being on your body after you get out of the shower. So please take that into account and make sure that we are washing thoroughly, because we all want to smell good, right? Right. So yeah, moving on. So my next product is highly talked about on YouTube right now. It's a kind of a hard to get product, and that's the Honey Pot Feminine Care Wash. And I really like it. It says it contains colloidal silver, and it's cruelty free, and sulfate free. And it's 100% natural, and it keeps your pH between 3.5 and 4.5. Um, and they say that gynecologists love it. I use the normal one. I've tried the sensitive one, and I mean, in my opinion, it works just the same. I don't really have any sensitivities with my skin, so um, yeah, it was perfectly fine for me to switch to the normal one, and it still works great. It tells you to pump, like you shake it up first, and then you pump 3 pumps into your hand, and you use your hand. I would recommend using your hand, but I think it says clean with clean hands. Wash with clean hands. Some people like to put it on a cloth or something, and that's fine. I don't think that it'll go further. The product will go further if you use it on a cloth, but if you don't want to stick your hands down there, then by all means use a cloth, loofah, or whatever you're comfortable with. But I really love this stuff. I did use, well, I haven't in a long time, but I've used Summer's Eve before. I haven't used Summer's Eve since 2006, and I absolutely hated Summer's Eve. I hate to say that I hated something, but I really did not like that product at all, because it just seemed like it was creating odor, if that makes sense. It wasn't really cleansing well. So before I started using this, I was using the Vagisil at Target and the Target brand Vagisil. They both work the same. So if you're not into spending like $9, because this is $9 and it's only 5.51 ounces, and then you can opt for the Target brand Vagisil. It's like $3.50, and it works great. I was using it before this, but I just wanted to switch to something that was more natural for my body. And I, like I said, I take 3 pumps. Sometimes I might give myself an extra pump, 4, and I take my hands and I wash down there. And then again, if you're a person who doesn't wax or doesn't shave, no judgment, I would recommend probably like that extra pump. I just like the extra pump, but I do feel like it is necessary for someone if you do have like have that hair down there, and make sure that you're getting in there. And when you're washing your vaginal area, open your vaginal area, but only wash the top, your labia, your clitoris. You're washing those areas. You're not going near your intimacy hole. I don't know, lack of better words, but you're not, going near your opening. You're just gonna wash your labia. You're gonna wash your clitoris, and make sure that you get your lips openings, whatever you call those openings down there. Make sure you get it really good. Take about I like to take about 45 seconds to kind of like work in the product really, really good. And then, yeah, after that, I lean down. I wash my feet with that same bath soap. Don't forget those feet, ladies. And then another thing that I do recommend, that especially if you're a plus size woman, that you would invest in if you don't have one already, is a shower head that detaches from the base, the spraying shower. So I just recently purchased a spraying shower head. After so many years, I just got one about a year ago, and it is so much more convenient than the whole turn around, bend it over, spread your cheeks. It's so much more convenient than that. So I like the fact that I can take it down from the base and, get under my arms and, move stuff around and, open stuff up. And, it's, how do I say this? Even though you may have just washed your body with soap and water, if you do not thoroughly wash that soap mixed in with all the stuff that you just, use that towel to cleanse from your body, if you just let it sit on your skin, the bacteria is going to build back up and the odor is going to build back up. And that's what we don't want. So you have to also rinse thoroughly. Rinsing is also an important part of this process. After you wash, that you rinse that soap off of you. And you have to make sure that you're rinsing good in those areas that we talked about, those crease areas. Because if you don't, you're going to have that odor's coming right back. So twice a week, I do like to take a bath, and I do recommend at least taking a bath once a week. And when you do, I do like to add a half a cup of the apple cider vinegar with the mother. I particularly prefer Bragg's because they've been around like forever, and they definitely have a name for themselves, and the quality is definitely there as well. Apple cider vinegar is it's a good antimicrobial for the body. So like we talked about with those showers, how even though you're washing, sometimes germs and leftover residue can, it can still be on your body. Well, when you're taking a bath, this will kind of help kill that with the antimicrobial properties. It's also good at regulating your pH. So going back to like my vaginal wash, there is apple cider vinegar in that. And I guess that property in there is what's helping to keep the pH regulated. So again, if you're someone who doesn't want to sink like $9 into a wash, then you could, like I said, get the $3.50 Target brand Vagisil and take a bath and just add some of this to it. And you should be perfectly fine. And apple cider vinegar is also known to soothe the skin as well. So, if you're someone who has like irritated skin, you can take a bath in it and it will help in that area as well. So, yeah, I do like to take a bath with that. Okay, guys, and my next product is an exfoliator. And I do like to exfoliate after I, shower and wash my body, or after I bathe and wash my body. This is the Coconuts for You exfoliating body scrub with coconut oil, and it's from Body Prescription. It was $6. I picked it up at TJ Maxx, and I do love to exfoliate with it. I don't exfoliate my entire body. I know that some people do, but I do like to just pay attention to areas that I feel need more love than others. Exfoliating actually helps to unclog pores, prevent acne, help your skincare products penetrate, deeper by removing that top layer of dead skin. It helps with circulation and lymphatic drainage, and it helps to even out your skin by getting rid of that, those old dead skin cells that tend to make your skin look blotchy. I like to use this on my legs in particular because my legs and my feet are very, very dry parts of my body. So I love to use this on my legs, and it works pretty good. I mean, you can use any exfoliator. I have made exfoliators in my kitchen before, just out of sea salt or out of sugar, and mixing it with oil and just, really rubbing it on my body in circular motions to make sure that the area felt really, really smooth. I pay attention to my knees and my elbows, my knees, my elbows, my feet, and my legs, particularly because the other parts of my body are, I want to say, naturally soft, because even when I'm like in a hurry, if I just shower and I don't put on like my lotion or my oils, those parts of my body tend to do just fine. So yeah, I do like to exfoliate like twice a week to kind of, take the dead skin off and, feel soft and gentle, So at this point, after I've washed my face, I've brushed my teeth, I've gave my body a thorough cleaning. I like to get out of the shower, and when I do get out of the shower, before I do anything, I do like to go ahead and hit my feet, and this is the Tornado Micro Pedi Pro. I'm not sure where I got this from. I promise, I was given this a few years ago and I lost it, and while I was kind of like going through some things in my closet, I ran across it. But I'm kind of glad that I found it because it works great. So after being in that water, whether I was taking a bath and had the apple cider vinegar softening the calluses on my feet, or just standing up in the shower and my foot getting wet and that wetness absorbing into that callous skin, I like to take this and I like to go over my feet, the bottoms of my feet and my heels really good before I do anything, you know, to go ahead and get that layer off, because once it dries, it's harder to get off. And ladies, we trying to have soft skin, soft feet all summer long. We're not trying to go out here in these sandals. Please do not go out here in these sandals with cracked skin, cracked heels, callus. Like, we can take care of that right now while we're, you know, quarantined and we have some extra time. After I do that, I do like to take the towel that I bathe with and wipe off my feet, because they tends to have like leftover like white powder, dead skin turned into powder. So I wipe that off, and then I go in with my castor oil on my feet. Before I leave the bathroom, I like to put the castor oil on my feet, and then I have silicone socks that I put on after that. So castor oil, silicone socks, and then I walk to my bedroom. And when I get in there, it's gonna go one of two ways. Either I'm gonna use my lotion and I'm gonna lotion really, really good, or depending on if I've been feeling really, really dry, because some days here it tends to be very hot and dry. Or like I said, on those days where I don't have time to lotion up and I might skip lotion and hurry up and go, you know, then I tend to grab my shea butter and I mix it. So I grab my shea butter and I like to mix it with the castor oil in my hand. Like, I just scoop out a little bit and then put like a drop of this, and I, you know, mix it together just enough for the spot, because I just tend to work in areas. And then I rub my body down really, really good. Sometimes when I get finished, I look like a shiny trophy, but I don't care, because my skin's always very soft and supple. And I know on those nights where I use my shea butter, you know, my husband tends to want to get a little closer. But that's none of y'all business. Going back to going back to the routine. After I lotion or shea butter and oil, then I apply my deodorant, and this is the Humble Organic Hemp CBD deodorant. It's also all natural. I'm trying to pick out more natural products going forth, because I have enough, you know, we live in a world that has enough like free radicals and different things that are out there, and I don't want to, you know, add to the toxins coming into my body by also intentionally putting those products on my body. So yeah, that natural deodorants get a lot of flack, because people tend to think that, you know, oh, it's not going to hold you or you're going to be musty. In my opinion, if you're washing up every day, if you're thoroughly washing up every day and you're applying a good amount of this, I'm not saying apply like you crazy. I'm not saying that you're not painting a house, you're putting on deodorant. But I do make sure that my area under my arm is fully covered. And again, even that crease where my arm stops and my pit begins, I make sure that I get in that crease right there really good too. And I've never had an issue with being musty or anything like that. So now, if you're not wanting to go the natural route, which is perfectly fine, again, no judgment, a cheap alternative that works very good is the Arm & Hammer Ultra Max, and mine is in the powder fresh, because regular fresh smells very manly. So if you do try this deodorant out, if you're a woman, please don't get fresh. I mean, unless you like that kind of boy cologne-y smell, then that's fine. But if you're wanting to smell, you know, feminine and inviting, I would suggest the powder fresh, and that's going to be the one with the pink label at the bottom. You know, it's just $1 and it works really good. I don't have any complaints about it. Yeah. All right, so my last step that I like to do as far as like rubbing anything on my body is I do like to rub the Mederma quick drying oil on my areas where I have stretch marks, which would be my stomach, because I have 2 children. So yeah, and under my arms, like on my shoulders, and not under my arms, but my shoulder area, I do have stretch marks there. I do like to rub this in those areas. I can't really tell if it's working or not. I'm over halfway through the bottle. I can't really tell if it's working or not. If you've used this product and it worked for you, comment down below. Let us know your story as to how it worked on you. But I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I have to get another bottle and keep trying. But it is moisturizing and it does dry quick. So yeah, I like it. I mean, yeah. Or you can completely skip this step. All right, next for my ladies who do have a lot of folds and different things like that, I do recommend the Vagisil deodorant powder, and sometimes I do use this like under my breast or like under my stomach. It says that it blocks odor and protects odor from happening. It's good for moisture. It's silky and it prevents chafing. So also if your thighs rub, you know, you can take some of this on your hands and rub it between your thighs if you're wearing like a dress or a skirt and you don't have that extra fabric to keep your thighs from like starting a forest fire. This is good for that. And it's tax free, so it doesn't have that product in it that you know see on the commercials where they're saying like, you know, if you use Johnson and Johnson's baby powder with the tack in it, call the law office of, because you're entitled. This is not that. It does not have that in it, so it's okay. It says it's safe and gentle to use for everyday use, and it is safe. Sometimes sometimes when I run out of my panty liners, I do put this on my underwear to keep down moisture and on odor, and it does work good. You do not have to dump a boatload of this down there. You do not need a boatload of it. A little goes a long way. So yeah, this. And another honey pot product. This is the Everyday Herbal Infused Panty Liners, and I use these. I try to use these as much as I can. I use them twice a day. When I run out, I do use the powder. It's not the biggest. It's not the biggest pad. Well, it's folded up, but you know, it's pretty thin or whatever. So it's not going to be something that's going to be like bulky on your underwear. I like it. Some people do not, because when you put it on, oh boy, it has like a cough drop. I'm sorry, I can't think of what to call it, but it has like a herbal feel. Like it feels like herbal aroma is taking over your vagina, and it lasts quite a while. Like you can keep these on. I think they say for like 8 hours. I tend to do 6, and I think I kind of stopped noticing this after about 2 hours. Yeah, after about 2 hours. It has mint. It says mint cooling, lavender cooling, and aloe soothing. So I'm sure there's probably a mint essential oil in here, a lavender essential oil, and just whatever. There's no such thing as aloe oil, I don't think. But yeah, so those oils I think is what's making it have that minty like menthol type feel down there. So if you don't like it, you don't have to get the honey pot product. You can get the Carefree. Those work good too. I used to use those often, but I do like these, so I'm gonna keep using them because this is my stuff right here. And then after that, I put on my clothes, and like I do have like a everyday perfume. I do have too many perfumes. I love them though, but my everyday perfume right now is Spun Sugar. I don't know who it's by. I got it for like $9 at TJ Maxx, and it smells so good. It really smells like spun sugar. Like, I'm sorry, I forgot to spray some on today. But yeah. Yeah, I do like to, you know, put on a little perfume after I've, you know, washed up and, you know, got all smoothed it out, and put on my clean clothes. Don't put on dirty clothes after you wash your body. Put on clean clothes. And I heat my body with this 2 or 3 times, and I'm ready to go out the door. A lot of my products, you may have noticed, are new products. Ladies, I do recommend that when you have extra money, or have a little, you know, a little extra money, $5 or $10 extra, and you see something on sale like body washes, deodorants, get 2 at least, because you never know what could happen, or you may fall in love with the product and it may get discontinued, or it may be like the honey pot sells out very quickly. So when you have a few extra dollars or whatever, go ahead and, you know, stock up on things, so that way you'll always have what you need to, you know, feel confident. Because I don't know about you guys, but leaving my house with clean clothes, you know, with my body clean and smelling good, with my hair clean and smelling good, it makes me feel good about myself as a person, you know, and as a plus size person who's used to, you know, um, people come with all these stereotypes about you when you're plus size. I like to prove people wrong. So I prove them wrong by showing that plus size people can take care of themselves, despite the fact that being overweight in itself is considered not taking care of yourself. I will get there, but whatever. I'm gonna climb off my soapbox now. I hope you guys enjoyed that video, and I hope that some of these tips helped you guys. If it did, comment down below and let me know what you did like. If you do things differently, if you have a routine that you use that works really great for you, or any plus size tips, or regular people, you know, non plus size tips, leave them down in the comment box. Let's talk, you guys. I will see you guys in the next video. I'm sorry this video is long, but I will see you in the next video. Bye, guys.